The music industry has always taken itself seriously, but some of the biggest chart success stories came from songs nobody expected to matter. Silly lyrics, goofy concepts, and absurd gimmicks turned complete unknowns into household names. Here are 10 novelty hits that pulled bands from obscurity. Number 10, They're Coming to Take Me Away, by Napoleon XIV.
Ran away and I got on my knees and begged you not to leave because I'd go berserk.
In 1966, a recording engineer at Associated Recording Studios in New York did something unprecedented. Jerry Samuels created a song with no melody whatsoever, just drums, spoken word, and his voice speeding up as the track progressed. The premise was simple and disturbing. A man losing his mind after his dog ran away, convinced he was being taken to a psychiatric hospital. Warner Brothers Records took a chance on the bizarre recording. The gamble paid off spectacularly. The song shot into the top 10 within 3 weeks, eventually peaking at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100. It sold over 1 million copies and earned a Pi Zig gold disc. Many radio stations banned it, only adding to its mystique. Samuels never replicated the success, but his single recording session created one of the strangest chart hits in history. Number 9, Disco Duck by Rick Dees and his cast of idiots.
Look at me, I'm the disco duck.
5 days before the song hit number 1, the man who created it was fired. Rick Dees worked as a DJ at Memphis AM station WMPS when he recorded a silly disco parody featuring a Donald Duck-style voice. The station wanted nothing to do with it. His bosses saw the joke as beneath their airwaves and cut him loose. The firing became the best thing that ever happened to him. Disco Duck climbed to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 on October 16, 1976. It held the number 2 spot for the following 4 weeks and remained in the top 10 for 10 weeks total. The single sold over 4 million copies and won a People's Choice Award. Dees parlayed the success into a legendary radio career, eventually hosting the nationally syndicated weekly TBA 40 Countdown for decades.
Looking strange, she said I was the one who would be a thriller.
Number 8, Pac-Man Fever by Buckner and Garcia. Before the arcade craze made them famous, Jerry Buckner and Gary Garcia were pop songwriters from Akron, Ohio. They spent their days crafting music while playing in rock bands around the local scene. Then they witnessed the Pac-Man phenomenon firsthand and recognized a golden opportunity. They wrote a song celebrating the yellow dot-chomping character that was consuming America's quarters by the millions. The gamble on gaming culture paid off beyond their wildest expectations. Pac-Man Fever reached number 9 on the Billboard Hot 100 in March 1982. The success inspired an entire album of video game-themed songs, including Do the Donkey Kong, Ode to a Centipede, and Froggy's Lament. Lightning never struck twice. None of those follow-ups charted. But for one brief shining moment, 2 pop songwriters from Ohio rode a pixelated yellow circle to pop stardom.
Come on, come on, come on, come on to the Donkey Kong.
Number 7, Alley Oop by the Hollywood Argyles.
The man in the funny papers we all know.
In July 1960, a song about a comic strip caveman hit number 1 on the Billboard charts. The Hollywood Argyles took V.T. Hamlin's prehistoric character from the funny pages and turned him into an unlikely rock and roll sensation. The track featured primitive grunts, Stone Age references, and an irresistibly catchy hook that perfectly captured the playful spirit of early 60s pop music. The song represented everything novelty music could achieve at its best. It was ridiculous, yet undeniably fun to sing along with. Radio stations across America played it relentlessly through the summer months of 1960. The Hollywood Argyles proved that sometimes the silliest concepts connect most deeply with audiences hungry for escapism. They never matched the chart success of Alley Oop, but their caveman anthem remains a beloved artifact of rock and roll's more innocent era. Before we continue, which of these novelty hits brings back the strongest memories for you? Did you ever feed quarters into a Pac-Man machine while that song played in the arcade? Drop a comment and let us know where you are watching from today. Number 6, I Wanna Be a Cowboy by Boys Don't Cry.
I wanna be a cowboy, and you can be my
an obscure British synth-pop band formed in 1983 with little fanfare and even less commercial expectation. Boys Don't Cry spent years playing small clubs across England before releasing their self-titled debut album in 1986. It was one quirky Western-themed track that changed everything for the unknown group. Their label's promoter, Paul Oakenfold, who would later become a legendary trance and dance music producer, helped spread the record in New York clubs, where a profile records executive took notice. I Want to Be a Cowboy galloped to number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100, becoming an unexpected American sensation in the summer of 1986. The song's deliberately absurd lyrics and synthesizer-driven arrangement captured the playful spirit of mid-80s pop perfectly. MTV played the video in heavy rotation. Americans, audiences embraced the British band's tongue-in-cheek tribute to cowboy culture with enthusiasm. The follow-up singles failed to chart, but for one glorious moment, Boys Don't Cry lived out their American dream. Number 5, I'm Too Sexy by Right, Said Fred. In February 1992, two bald British brothers, Richard and Fred Fairbrass, and guitarist Rob Manzoli became the most unlikely pop stars in America. The brothers had worked as session musicians and fitness instructors before forming Right Said Fred. Together they created an absurdly catchy self-parody anthem that mocked the fashion industry, modeling culture, and male vanity with their tongue firmly planted in cheek. I'm Too Sexy strutted to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100, staying there for 3 consecutive weeks. The single's success extended worldwide, topping charts across Europe and Australia simultaneously, though it stalled at number 2 in the UK. The song became an instant wedding reception staple, and it continues to soundtrack countless playful moments decades later. Right Said Fred released several follow-up singles, but none captured the cultural moment quite like their outrageous debut. Sometimes one perfectly timed joke is all you need to achieve immortality. Number 4, Purple People Eater by Sheb Wooley.
Well, I saw the thing coming out of the sky. It had one long horn and one big eye.
A character actor from Oklahoma wrote a song about a friendly alien that just wanted to join a rock and roll band. Sheb Wooley had appeared in Western films and television shows throughout the 1950s, but music remained his true passion throughout his career. He penned the whimsical tale of a one-eyed, one-horned, flying purple creature that descended from the sky with musical ambitions. Purple People Eater rocketed to number 1 on the Billboard charts in June 1958, holding the top spot for 6 consecutive weeks. The song sold over 3 million copies and helped establish the novelty genre as a legitimate commercial force in American music. Wooley continued acting for decades afterward, notably appearing in the classic film High Noon and the television series Rawhide. He proved that sometimes the most successful artistic creations emerge from the strangest corners of imagination. Number 3, Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett.
They did the Monster Mash. It was a graveyard smash.
A struggling actor's Boris Karloff impersonation changed Halloween forever. Bobby Pickett was doing monster impressions at Los Angeles parties to entertain friends when they encouraged him to actually record it. He teamed up with producer Gary Paxton to create a musical tribute to classic horror films, complete with bubbling laboratory sound effects and spooky backing vocals. Monster Mash hit number 1 in October 1962, perfectly timed for the Halloween season. The song introduced audiences to the Transylvania Twist, a playful nod to the dance crazes dominating the charts at the time. The BBC banned it initially, deeming it too morbid for British airwaves. More than 60 years later, Monster Mash remains the definitive Halloween anthem. It plays in haunted houses and costume parties every single October without fail.
Walking in the labyrinth of night, with my eyes beheld beneath.
Number 2, In the Year 2525 by Zager and Evans.
In the year 45, ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your...
Rick Evans wrote the song in 1964, inspired by the folk protest movement and growing concerns about technology and human progress. The Nebraska duo of Denny Zager and Rick Evans recorded it independently and initially sold copies at live shows before a small regional label picked it up, and the song began spreading across regional radio stations. In the year 2525 exploded in the summer of 1969, spending 6 consecutive weeks at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. The apocalyptic science fiction anthem topped charts in both the United States and United Kingdom simultaneously. It became one of the best-selling singles of 1969. Zager and Evans never charted again, making them perhaps the most extreme example of one-hit wonders in American music history. Number 1. 8675309/Jenny by Tommy Tutone. A San Francisco rock band created the most famous phone number in American history. Tommy Tutone released their infectious power pop tune in 1981, telling the simple story of a man who finds a woman's number written on a bathroom wall. The chorus proved so impossibly catchy that listeners simply could not get those 7 digits out of their heads no matter how hard they tried. The song climbed to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1982. The real-world consequences were immediate and lasting. Actual people with 8675309 in their phone numbers across every single area code received constant calls from strangers asking for Jenny. Many had to change their numbers entirely. Tommy Tutone faded from the charts afterward, but their 7-digit chorus became permanently embedded in American pop culture.